It was thought ahead of time that, for example, rain could potentially affect the turnout. There was not rain, however, there was cold, at least in Taipei. I think it was also a question as to which party would just come out on top. And most polling, did actually have the results very different from the present, actually, in which it seemed much more contested. And results on some of the referendums would have been in favor of the KMT. But the results all swung in the direction of the DPP. What I think was also interesting is that people seem to be voting along party lines, either for yeses or for noes. There was not actually room for voting separately on these issues individually.
The Premier has said the fact that the 4 referendums didn't pass shows that the public has confidence in the government's policy. Do you think this is right?
It's hard to know. I think it depends on who came out. The people that came out maybe were people that supported the DPP, that were in favor of no. Maybe the DPP was simply more successful at mobilizing its party base than the already demoralized KMT was. However, I think what is clear is that it will be taken in the discourse, in the political discourse and in the media discourse, as a sign of a mandate for the Tsai administration. So the Tsai administration is in a stronger position now going into 2022 midterm elections. For example, it did actually field some of the candidates that it plans to run in 2022 and have them campaign for the referendum. And so if the referendum had been a defeat, that would have damaged potentially the chances of these candidates that it's fielding.
During the referendum, there were some issues raised that perhaps there's voter fatigue with another nationwide vote in just a few years. So are people, despite what people say about Taiwan having such a vibrant democracy and a model for democracy in Asia, are there too many votes in Taiwan?
So I think this is actually a very interesting question because of the fact that with the referendum on a different date from national elections, that means we're going to have a vote this year in 2021, election in 2022, possibly another referendum vote in 2023, and then presidential elections in 2024. And so who is going to come out for these votes that occur every year are a drain on resources and do require people to take some time off and go out and go vote, though it can be quite quick. And so I think that also will lead to questions. In for example, comparing this referendum campaign to 2018 or 2020, there's not the same sense of ubiquitous campaigning, in which campaigning was simply everywhere around you, no matter where you went. And this was the thing that dominated Taiwanese news and discourse. There's not this sense of existential crisis regarding Taiwan's future that one saw, for example, in the lead up to 2020 elections.